We've gone from a company, we crossed the billion-dollar GAAP revenue market. There is no reason this company should not be 20 times bigger, 20 times bigger.
Hello, that right there from CEO Alex Karp is exactly what I'm talking about. As a simple trader, I'm always looking for WEPG, yes, explosive exponential potential growth stocks, and a 20x opportunity is exactly that. Today, let's drill into some recent news and more pieces that are clearly showing what the Palantir endgame is. As we have been observing for some time now, the endgame is coming to fruition. Phase 1 has clearly passed, and we are now heavily moving into Phase 2. The Palantir Trojan horses are spreading like wildfire. Stay tuned for this drill and more. Keep it simple. Well. Palantir's stock price has been consolidating very nicely since its $17 lows back in May. The stock has literally been stair-stepping with higher highs and lower lows in between the consolidation zones. We are in another consolidating phase, and I reckon when we break through, this will be quite a violent breakout. Remember though, I ain't no financial advisor, I'm just a simple trader, so no more plugging, let's start drilling. In today's video, we're not going to be talking about the monumental $823 million US Army contract that Palantir was selected to provide the analytics system for. We are instead drilling deep into the latest press release where they have extended their Foundry for Builders initiative, which was introduced back in July. This is where Palantir will provide Foundry to early stage companies under a fully managed SaaS software as a service. Do you know the phrase, nothing in this world comes free?
We launched Foundry, which is definitely, inarguably, the most successful product in the world in what we do.
This is clearly, for me, a Trojan horse maneuver that is next level. Meredith McNaughton is the head of Foundry for Builders at Palantir, and see if you get a sense of the hidden agenda from her speaking right here.
After a few successful partnerships with these tech-powered companies, we realized that we should just be leaning into this and giving people the software and letting them run with it.
I am a strong believer that everything in this world happens for a reason, and you just have to look deeper and connect the dots, much like the butterfly effect, where a tornado can be created by a butterfly flapping its wings several weeks earlier.
For me, the most compelling is the work we've done. Example of this is the work we've done in COVID, especially in the US and Britain. Just like, it's so motivating, and it makes me want to also do a lot of shit I honestly don't want to do.
Think about what motive a software platform company like Palantir would have as their endgame. What will happen when most of the world becomes utterly reliant on one software platform? Let me rephrase that. What will happen when most of the world becomes utterly reliant on one AI? Meredith McNaughton has clearly taken a page out of Palantir founder Peter Thiel in reference to his playbook.
Foundry for Builders is putting in the hands of these entrepreneurs the best technology that exists from an earlier point in that company's life cycle. The ability to help a company go from 0 to 1 faster with kind of enterprise grade technology on day 1 or year 1 versus year 10 is huge.
And if she is following the Peter Thiel playbook, then that explains why she is heading Foundry for Builders. Remember, rule 1 of Peter Thiel is monopoly.
You always aim for monopoly. You always want to have monopoly.
What is a little strange is there is nothing on the web relating to Meredith McNaughton. It's what they call
a ghost.
And why would Palantir assign Project Infiltration to a ghost? Simple. They ain't gonna be sending in Shyam Sankar to do the hit jobs, right? Just listening to Meredith McNaughton does remind me of a young
Sarah Connor.
Okay, so how are Palantir recruiting companies into the Builders program? Well, it's simple. Imagine you are a promising startup, and as startups, the most difficult thing is to scale up. With a software platform that is so huge, such as Foundry, which has proof of concept written all over the latest private and especially government contracts, then it's a no-brainer if this was offered to you as a SaaS at possibly a very low cost. The detail is in the fine print and in the press release. Did you see the words fully managed SaaS. That to me right there is where the possible Trojan horse clue lies. And I can imagine a day far in the future where if, and this really is science fiction, if the Palantir AI platform gains consciousness, then a single flick of the switch could really trigger Judgment Day. Okay, let's not go crazy there just yet, as there's clearly huge exponential potential growth to be taken advantage of, where we as simple traders can look to profit big in the meantime. Let's go drill deeper into one of the companies that falls into this second cohort of Foundry for Builders initiative, Elementus. If you look into the history of history itself and ask yourself, where does power come from in human civilization? It's clearly in wealth and money. In today's world, there is something brewing that could look to unwind hundreds of years of the status quo, something that the 1% cannot necessarily control right at this moment, and that is cryptocurrency. I don't claim to understand it or be an expert, but what I do know is the essence of cryptocurrency is part of a wider blockchain. Think of cryptocurrency as a website and think of blockchain as the internet. So where does Elementus fit in? Well, Elementus are a young company who in their own words are the universal blockchain query engine. What the hell is that? Blockchain essentially is kind of like a ledger that stores and records transactions, millions if not billions of transactions, and this is where it becomes difficult if not impossible to use and analyze. Elementus are striving to build a modern search engine that will change this and provide an easy to navigate internet of value, as they call it, and this is where they can minimize risk and cost, protect reputation within all compliance. They can also inform investment decisions and perform thorough due diligence. They can then also derive business intelligence from the blockchain itself. Now, this may seem insignificant, but if you understand how the world works in terms of finance and money trails, then you need to look into cryptocurrencies. And this is where I believe Elementus are going to be providing something very significant in terms of analytics to their customers in the future. The president of Elementus is Greg Barbaccia. I might have just butchered his name, so I'll just stick with GB for now. This is where the whole Builders program gets very suspicious. Before Elementus, GB was working for 10 years at none other than Palantir. In his last role at Palantir, he was the head of intelligence and investigations, meaning clearly he was instrumental or part of Palantir's work with their government contracts. Moving to Elementus, I can see GB utilizing his contacts, experience and skills in expanding Elementus to government level organizations. They even spelled this out on their website right here, where they either are already or will look to support financial institutions, regulators, exchanges, ECOs and funds. The ex-Palantir staff load doesn't end there, and I'm sure there are more, but this guy right here, Ryan Shee, who is Elementus's head of product, was previously product manager at Facebook, and prior to that he was at, yes, none other than Palantir for 7 years as product manager. It's all becoming very insidious if you ask me. They also recruited former NPR correspondent and ex-Palantir senior strategic advisor Chitra Raghavan. So to wrap up my thoughts on this Palantir for Builders, on face value, it seems like Palantir are helping startups and growth companies. That's all good, right? Well, I believe there is something more sinister in this. Why? Just look at the companies and sectors that Palantir through Builders have now got a grasp on. Elementus, Blockchain Analytics, Emria, Biotech, European Cricket Network, Streaming Television, FoodSmart, Healthy Food Buying Marketplace, Catalyst DI, Supply Chain Data, MePrism, Consumer Data Selling Platform, Vayu AI, Wind Farm Performance Optimization Platform. In simple terms, with this second batch of companies, Palantir will now infiltrate blockchain, television streaming, food distribution, supply chains automation, consumer data, and even energy optimization. Remember, these are the ones disclosed, and who knows how much further the Palantir Trojan horses have infiltrated in the world. When you start piecing these second batch companies together, I hope, like me, you are beginning to get worried.
Normal software companies produce once. So normal investors look at Palantir and they see something, okay, no one can do this 5 times. And they're going to wake up to a world that we play a very, very big role in.
It's very simple. When all these companies start winning, then who do you think benefits? Yes, Palantir, meaning more contracts and more revenue streams. The growth will be explosive in my opinion. To summarize, Palantir is spreading like a virus out of control. If there is nothing that can be done by law to stop this, and I don't think there is, then it is literally becoming a countdown to Judgment Day. Before that though, there is still huge amounts of potential money to be made, and Palantir, in my opinion, will likely explode to end the year. With earnings coming in early November, we could see the next big leg up from the current consolidation zone. Thanks for watching, and please note, for me, Palantir is a 20x opportunity. Don't take it from me, take it from Alex Karp himself. So please take this drill with precaution and always do your own DD. If you found this video informative, then do me a simple favor and just consider subscribing to my channel so you get a pop-up when a new video is uploaded. I am a simple trader. I try to keep this simple and will simply see you in the next video.